So what type of animal would be your ideal animal and your choice to have? Would it be a sheep, a goat, or something like a mini pig?
A sheep, a goat, or a mini pig? Is those the options?
Yeah.
They? A sheep, a goat, or a mini pig? I've always wanted a mini pig. I've got sheep, so that's a mute point.
If you could only have one, though.
Oh, if I could only have one. A sheep, a goat, or a mini pig?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Sheep, goat, mini pig.
Well, you're about to eat a pig.
I'm about to eat a pig. Well, pigs are very messy. Do you know what? I'd probably go with my sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably go with my sheep. Having got sheep and goats, the goats get into a lot of trouble. Sheep do want to just kill themselves. They find many ways to just die. And pigs make a lot of mess. So I think I will go with my sheep. I'll have sheep.
And the same person who asked you this question says, do you still see Harrison around?
I haven't seen Harrison around, but his mum has had twin baby boys called Theo and Rory, I think. I didn't even know she was pregnant. I've chatted to his mum a couple of times, as in like on Messenger. But no, I don't see Harrison around. I do miss him.
Are you glad that you made the switch from childminding to animal husbandry?
Yeah, actually I am. I've only ever done childcare, and it's all I ever wanted to do. Although I did want to be a vet, but then I fainted at the vets in my teens, and so I decided that probably wasn't the best thing for me. But for many reasons, yeah, I am glad I made the switch. I didn't at the time. I wasn't sure if it was the right thing, but I am technically still a nanny for Ozzy and Sky and Harry. But I love the animal part of it that I do like mostly, and that is because I can walk away and not have to worry about leaving them on their own. So like I get space and they can't say pip, 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 pip all the time. I hadn't realised how much of my life had been spent, well, you know, dealing with everybody else. So there you go, that's my answer.
You seem to have so much fun when you're away with Camper Van Tales. How did you meet them and decide that it was safe to go away with them on your own? And didn't your family worry about you going with them?
Oh, they always worry. No, they don't actually. They don't worry about me going away with you guys at all. But that's because they know that I'm safe with you. Don't roll your eyes. So, we've just been talking about this question because neither of us could remember, could we?
No.
So, I'm thinking, well, we've come to a process of elimination. I watch Minx Laura. Minx Laura had somebody comment on their channel, and that was Brett. What was his channel? Does he even have a channel anymore?
No, to be honest.
So Brett, and he lived in a van, and he commented a lot on Laura's channel, so I started commenting on his videos, and then you guys were commenting on his videos, so I then probably checked out, became a bit of a community, didn't we, really, actually, on
time,
Brett's
yeah.
channel.
Back
It
then,
was
yeah.
very,
Back in the day.
back in the day, it was a lot of banter between us all, so yeah, I think that's probably how we connected. And then you guys messaged me and said you would like to offer me and the family to stay in your static caravan, which is very kind of them, and we've stayed every year since. Can't get rid of us. Yeah, and so I think because it was a family thing, made it safer, because it was me, Lee and the boys. The boys were much younger then, weren't they?
Oh, we were talking about that the other day, and we were thinking it's probably 6 years
It's got to
now
be
or
something
more.
like that.
Yeah.
It's got to be, yeah.
When you think COVID's 3 years ago now, and we knew each other long
Yeah, we
before
did.
that, so it's probably 6, 7 years.
Yeah, something like that. Blimey. It's gone quick.
Getting the 7-year itch now.
Yeah. Yeah, so we reckon that's what it was. And because we knew them as a family unit rather than just going off with strange men in a van.
Yeah, we've met your mum and dad.
Yeah, and so they've now met my mum and dad and come, and they're kind of extended family now. So a mum feels safe knowing that they're with me. And Lee feels safe knowing they're with me. I feel safe knowing they're with me. I've got to show you the faces, hold on. I'm in the woods. Am I going to get murdered? It's too hot for murdering, isn't it?
How did you and Lee meet?
how did Lee and I meet? So it was a bank holiday August, and I was with a friend who was very hungover because he'd been drinking the night before, and we were meant to be going to an MG car show in Abingdon, which is where Lee lived, and we ended up stopping at a place called the Black Swan, or as Lee called it, the Muddy Duck, and that's as far as we got. We never got to the MG show at all because my friend couldn't make it though, he was just too hungover. So he thought hair of the dog was the best thing to do. So we went into this pub and we sat down at the bar and ordered drinks. And then at some point during that I went to the toilet. I went off to the toilet, and when I came back there was some guy sat in my seat. And I was like, there's a guy sat in my seat. Anyway, he started talking to me and I started talking to him. And that's how we met. And I didn't know how to get back onto the road to go somewhere that I was going next, and so he said, well, I've got my car. So he said where he lived, and I said, well, my friend lives around the corner from there. So he said, oh well, I'll meet you round there then. And then he drove, and then he said, when I put my arm out the window, that means pull off. So off I pulled, and yeah, by that point we'd swapped phone numbers and stuff.
So he pulled you or you pulled him?
No. The funny thing is I didn't really fancy him. I thought he was funny, he made me laugh a lot, but I didn't really fancy him. And then we met up a few times, and then I did. There you go. And he said his first impression of me was this really little denim bra top thing I was wearing. And that's what caught his attention apparently. My boobs were out. There you go.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Mine doesn't. Mine needs a wash.
This one's from Imo.
Does it? Hi, Emma.
Why do you need to mow when you have sheep? Could you fence them in with temporary fencing and keep moving it while they munch the lawn in sections?
That's a really good idea. Because it would take too long and we can't be bothered to wait. And they leave a trail of poo behind them, which the dogs then eat, and it's pretty disgusting. Are you looking in my ear? It's in my ear?
I'm just looking to see through the other side. I can't. She's got brains.
But you can strip graze with which you strip off a bit of land, not your clothes. Which
I had got a picture of Pippa naked on her hands and knees chewing at the grass then. I am so sorry.
I was like, have you actually got a picture of that? Because
No, I haven't.
don't remember that being taken ever. To clarify, he does not have a picture of me naked
Just
on
in my
my
head.
hands and knees,
Just in my head.
chewing the cud. Thanks for that, Imo.
People ask why we have such fun when we're away together.
Next question. We'll do under the bridge like a troll in the dark. You'll have
Okay.
to put a torch on. It's going to be spooky.
Now here comes the sheepdog.
Oh, sorry. I should be strict.
Do you miss childminding? And what is your favourite meal?
Do I miss childminding? I miss aspects of childminding. That's very echoey. I miss the children and the connection that I've had with them, and I miss being part of helping them grow into well-rounded individuals and having that kind of privilege to be part of that early development. But I love my new job, so not as much as I thought I would miss childminding. And my favourite meal is fajitas, chicken fajitas done my way with Cajun spice and lots of it, and a bit of guac. I don't like a bit of salsa, a bit of creme fraiche, and maybe some cheese.
Bonus question from me
Oh, okay.
regarding childminding.
Okay.
Do you see some of the kids back from the old days? I mean,
Like
thinking
the
like
old?
I'm thinking Ruby and that era.
Yes, because a lot of them still live in the village. So Evans comes over sometimes for boxing, as in watching the boxing match between YouTubers usually, that Kenzie's bought the thing and then he invites friends over. Ruby lives out the back of me, so I still see Ruby. Lucy, in fact I had Lucy and Ruby, I think it was, sat at the front of the school bus the other day. I met them kind of head on in one of the villages. I was picking Kenzie up and the bus was there and I was there and they were at the front window of the bus up there going, hi! And I still have a really good connection with the last sort of kids that came through, like the ones that are still in the village particularly. So likes of Malone and Llewellyn and Christopher. If I see them in the village, we still have a really good connection. So.
How long have you been working for Rob and Emma for? And do you like it? And how long have you been married to Lee?
I started working, well, I always looked after Rosie, and I have looked after Harry and Sky in the past as a childminder, but they needed a nanny from sort of July time, and I was going to do a mixed hybrid thing that became sort of childminding and nannying and slowly pittering off the childminding, but then due to personal circumstances I ended up giving up the childminding and going straight into the nannying with them. And then everything else has developed since then, like the U-Talk stuff with Emma. So yeah, nearly a year really, so about 10 months, something like that, and I love it, absolutely love my job, both parts of it, my U-Talky bit and my nannying bit, because they are fantastic people to work with, really lovely people. So yeah, couldn't ask for better. What was the other question?
How long have you been married to Lee?
Okay, Lee and I got together 22 years ago. Brendan is 21, right? 22 years ago. And we are not officially married. We had a hand fasting in 2017. Or I said 2017. But we've been together 20 years, about the same time as you and Keith. Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you set?
I am.
Then we shall go. 10 questions here.
10 questions,
10
right,
questions,
okay.
so quick fire. Quick fire. What's your favourite animal and why?
Elephant, don't know, always liked them ever since I was a child.
What inspired you to get into the farm side of things?
Always loved animals and just the circumstance of being able to do stuff farmy on the farm while I was nannying for this family that I'm with now.
What do both you and Emma want to achieve in the future with U-Talk, etc.?
To help as many people as possible, bringing wellness and peace to people's lives and just bringing a smile wherever possible.
And I presume this one ties into that a little bit. Do you have any goals that you want to achieve in your farming career?
I want to go away and not come home to a new sheep every time I go away, Emma, or a Highland cow.
Emma.
Okay, yeah, just for U-Talk to really take off and to help as many people as possible. And actually, if she did get a Highland cow, as long as she's paying for it, I don't mind playing with it.
And this one again ties in with that, I suppose. Are you planning, no, not you, Pippa, probably Emma, are you planning to get any more animals for the farm?
Yeah, that's an Emma question. No, I hadn't planned on getting anything. Rob hadn't planned on getting anything. Emma
doesn't plan, to be honest. Emma just gets.
If it's got 4 legs or no legs, if it breathes, she'll have it. So yeah, who knows what we'll end up with.
How do you cope in the autumn and winter months at the farm when it's cold and in the summer when it's hot? I think that's you personally, not the animals.
You have to just dress appropriately, which in the summer is dress inappropriately because it gets very hot. We don't think about health and safety. We're very naughty because we're not actually farm workers as such, so we can get away with wearing very little. And in the winter months, I've now got a really good set of waterproofs and thermal waterproofs as well, which keep me toasty warm.
What are the names of the horses and what breed are they?
Okay, I don't know what breed they are because I don't know anything about horses. They are Linda's horses, they are not our horses, somebody who rents the field, and they are called Lulu and Trish. Trish is the brown one, Lulu is the smaller one.
What positive benefits do you notice from working at the farm? I presume that's, again, you personally.
Positive benefits, I love being outside, I love all the physical side of doing stuff, and outdoorsiness, physical, good for the mental health, well-being, endorphins, just being outside is really good for you, and I feel it.
What's your favourite part about working on the farm?
All of that I've just said, and being with the animals, and the fact that Emma and Rob are such cool people to hang out with. So. And
Finally,
the kids, obviously the kids are fun as well.
yeah, you've got to say that.
No, they are.
Because they're going to watch.
They are going to watch.
Finally, what breed are the sheep and goats again?
We have 2 Cotswolds, which is Hope and Pearl. We have 4 valets, which is Autumn and Maggie and Ziggy and Nell. The goats, I'm not sure what Farrell and Tinkerbell are. I think they were meant to be pygmy, but they're not. And the other 2 are Anglo-Nubbins. Yeah, Anglo-Nubbins or something like that. Anglo something or others. So that's what Aggie and Ludo are. Is that everybody?
Nice.
Oh, and Dottie was a Ryland, but we haven't got Dottie anymore.
And that's the end of that series of questions.
Thank you. Speak loudly.
You mentioned about losing pets. So how many pets have you had and what were they?
What, in all my life?
Yes.
We had lots growing up. We had a dog called Holly. We had 2 other dogs, Marlin and Honey. We had cats, many cats. I won't try and name them all because I'll probably forget one and feel bad about it. Rabbits. I had my own rabbit called Snooky. When I was little, I used to push him around in a pushchair, and then I've had various rabbits since then. I had a little black and white rabbit. We had a little grey dwarf rabbit. We had another couple of black and white rabbits growing up. I had a giant lock rabbit, house rabbit called Storm. Had a bearded dragon called Toothless. Got the snake, got Nagini. Had lots of fish. Had various tortoises. Had 2 hamsters. No, they weren't hamsters, they were gerbils. The boys have had 2 hamsters.
Maybe they identified.
No, we only had gerbils. Oh, I had mice, stick insects, terrapin, cats, dogs. I've said that, haven't I?
Yes.
I'm sure I'm going to have missed some. Chinchillas. Had chinchillas. Chickens. Lots of chickens. Guinea pigs.
Got it?
Sheep now. Goats. I think that's a geese now. I think that's everything. Don't think I've missed anything.
These are your questions, Debbie.
Oh, Debbie's questions, are they?
Yes. Are you doing what you always wanted to do with your life? If not, do you regret changing your life path?
I always wanted to work with children or animals. I think I've said that several times, and so now I've done both of those things. I don't regret changing my life path. I don't earn as much money as I did. That is the only regrettable thing about it. But I did that for a long, long time, and now I'm doing something different, and it's nice to have a change. It spices up life and all that jazz. I don't think I'd do anything differently.
No.
No, quite content.
Do you and Lee plan on travelling outside of the UK or England when both boys are on their own?
We've always said we would, but we'd need to get passports first. But it is something we've always said. We've never travelled away abroad together. We've both been abroad separately, but never together. So yeah, hopefully at some point we would travel abroad.
Are your parents as passionate about the environment as you are and feel as deeply about nature?
So I didn't realise this, but several of my friends referred to my parents as hippies, which I didn't ever really think about. But I suppose we were different to most of my friends in the house that we grew up in and the way we were. I suppose we were different. Now looking back, we were different to a lot of people around us. They are very eco-conscious, you know, they do what they can do. But I would say out of all of us, probably Georgia and Heather are the most eco-conscious and do sort of the most that they can do. But we are all very passionate about wildlife and nature and animals and what have you, including my brother, who we don't talk about very much, not because there's a problem with it, but it's just because he doesn't live locally, so you probably don't hear me mention him very often. But him and his wife are very animal focused and eco-conscious and what have you. So
They rescue rabbits, don't they?
they did rescue rabbits. They've stopped rescuing rabbits. Well, sort of stopped rescuing rabbits. Yeah. They've rescued a few birds and things. We're all just we're all very similar in that way, and I think Jackie would rescue more animals if she was at home more to look after them, but she works a lot, so and Andy works a lot, so yeah, that's not really good for them to have a lot of rescue creatures. But yeah, we are all the whole family is very animal, nature, wildlife, outdoorsy kind of based. Yeah.
And finally, is there something you really want to do yet in your lifetime?
Something that I'd really like to do that I haven't yet done. I'd like to get to Scotland, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I don't actually know when I'm going to have the time to do that now because I've got the sheep. I would like to hike up Machu Picchu, but I don't think I'd like their altitude headaches. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I don't have a huge amount of goals, just want to be happy. That is my goal. Is that it?
That's all the questions.
Is that all the questions?
That's all the questions. We've been through all the questions that you've been sent.
Well, thank you for your help, you two.
You're very
Keith
welcome.
is just there, just off camera.
There. He'll come in and say, oh look, he's taking his glasses.
You'll have to go further. Go further. There's his
There he
head.
is. Hello.
So thank you very much for all of those questions, and if you wish to send more for another Q&A, please do. And if you'd like to send questions just for myself and Emma separately to my channel, then do that, because that would be fun for Emma and I to do a sort of a Q&A together. Thanks.
God help you. You know what them two are like together? Worse than us two.
Look, now I really need to go home for a bath or a shower, because quite honestly, that is just disgusting now. So greasy.